This video will go over some of the basic features of the Cluster Manager. Now, to get to the Cluster Manager, go up to Administration and then down to Cluster Manager. You'll see this field here, and by default the cluster will be selected. Now you have a cluster overview, which is very useful for understanding the total number of elements, the element count corresponding to the number of flow interfaces you're currently using, how many telephony elements you're using, and then understanding how much spare capacity you have left, as well as the number of devices on the system. However, there are 2 to 3 main things you really want to configure at the start of your 30-day trial. Under the SNMP tab is probably one of the most important. You want to go down to the default community strings and then add your read and write strings as you deem necessary. Now, if I were to add another read string here, by default it's at the bottom of the list. Now, when a new device is discovered, and if you have not specified a read string for the device, it will try each of the read strings in order until it finds one that works. Or if none of them work, then SNMP will not work on the device. But to speed things up, you always want to put the most common read string at the top of your list, because that's the one it will test first. So when it's sweeping a subnet or bringing in a new device, discovery will be a little bit quicker if the more common read string is at the top. So in addition to the read string, you may want to configure your email server. I am going to save that. Now I am in the email settings. Now you can make your changes here. It's fairly straightforward in terms of what information is required for the email server to work. After you're done making your changes, be sure to hit save. If you make a mistake, just hit reset and start over again. And the final thing you may wish to configure is the FTP export feature, and that can be done here as well. Again, remember to save your settings. So if you schedule a particular report to be emailed out every night or every couple of hours, it can back up to an FTP server or be emailed as well. The email is also important for emailing alerts to the appropriate people